Hey Max, Jay Drew here from the Deseret News. Um, we just heard from Coach Roderick, said it was kind of back and forth between the offense and defense throughout camp. As a defensive player, would you say that was accurate, or did one side or the other get the upper hand?
I think it was just dependent on the day, you know. One day the offense would come out and maybe, put a little work on us. The next day we get after them. Even throughout the day, we'd win a certain period of drill, and then the offense would maybe take over the next drill. It's always competitive, especially in these camps. Offense and defense always going at it. It's when you earn your spot, so everyone's trying. And, I think it's pretty evenly matched, though. There was never really a day where one side really dominated, though. But
is there a guy on the offensive side of the ball that kind of opened your eyes on from defense, like, whoa, this guy's pretty good?
I mean, there are always those guys coming back, especially like Isaac Rex, Neil Pau'u. Those are the guys, at least, that I'm learning to get acquainted with, that really, make it tough on us. They always seem to be getting open, no matter what defense we're running. So, there's so many threats on the offense that, they all do what they do well. So, they're all studs, though.
Hey Max, I know you guys were in the stands watching your former teammates this morning during their pro day. Did seeing what they were achieving kind of motivate you guys to go harder tonight, to have a better practice? How did that sort of help you guys?
Oh yeah, I think, obviously seeing the guys you were playing with last year, seeing them succeed, seeing them, do what they need to do to make it to the next level, that was actually a big focus before we practiced today, is just like setting goals for, 1 to 2 years in the future, when we're going to be at that point. I think obviously seeing those guys do well in their respected events and whatnot, obviously gave us a bit of motivation to practice a little bit harder, work on the little things.
And how physical would you say that tonight's practice was?
I'd say it was probably, I think all throughout camp this month has all been pretty consistent, I'd say this was probably about the same as most of the days, but, a little bit more intense with more people watching, with, just a little bit more the last day of spring ball vibes. So, I don't know, everyone was going hard, flying around.
All right, Mitch and Jared, you guys are good to go up next.
Max, what do you feel what do you feel the defense accomplished in these 15 practices during spring ball?
I think it was a matter of, just really coming together. A lot of us are young, we have very few upperclassmen, seniors on our defensive roster. So I think it was a matter of, getting the young guys involved, kind of figuring it out all together, getting some new coaches in the mix. I think that's kind of what we tried to accomplish, was just, bound together as a team, as a defense, figure everything out. But, yeah.
What are some personal goals you have for yourself in 2021? You started to get a lot more snaps in late in the season. I remember that bowl game, you had a big hit too, I think, on special teams. What's maybe some of your goals that you have personally in your development going into next fall?
Everyone always has their goals. They want to, start and, make the most impact. But I think, I just want to keep being a contributor on special teams. Obviously I want to make plays on defense as well. I don't know. I think that's always just been something I've always wanted to do, is just fly to the ball. So I think just continuing to work on the little things that can get me in better position to, be in on plays and be able to, make plays, I guess, yeah. So.
Max, I wanted to ask you about being hungry and having that edge. I don't know if you heard A-Rod mention it just a minute ago, but he said the team had some leaders after 2019 that came in just with the chip saying, we're a lot better than our record showed. Well, now you had the great record in 2020, and he said it's going to be a challenge to try and keep that. What do you guys have to do to have that same motivation and intensity and hunger that group did coming off of 2019?
Yeah, I mean, last year I think we kind of developed a really strong culture and that we all believed in each other, and that was obviously a really big reason why we had success last year. And I think what Coach Kalani and everybody's trying to do is just take what we built on last year and build upon that for this coming year. We still have leaders, we still got guys that make plays, and I mean we're a young team, but I think we just want to build upon what we got and really just make everything what we got better. So
what's the key over the next few months now that spring camp's done to being ready for fall?
I mean, I think it's, especially in these months, it's a lot of individual basis type stuff. A lot of the months we got off, so it just depends on what the guys are doing, whether they're at home in a different state. It just depends on how much they want to put in the work. So I think it all depends on each and every one of us, on how we're going to improve in those months, and then we'll come back together and work together. But I think, yeah, really it's in our hands to see how much we want to improve and see how good we can really push ourselves for next year.
Okay, thank you, Max. You are good to go.
All right, thank you.